the doctor.
Miscarriage.
Called the doctor. Met the doctor at the doctor's office. Oh, you had a miscarriage.
What about her mom? Was her mom home?
I don't believe so.
Was anyone
Her
else
mom
home that you
didn't-
know of?
No, I don't think.
She was alone at home on a Saturday?
Maybe.
And she went to her doctor's, and then what else?
That was it. Everything was okay. She had a miscarriage.
Did she call you that Saturday? Did she call you the day of?
I think she did. I think she called me right after. I think. But I remember it being on a Valentine's Day, whether it was on... I just remember thinking something's weird because Brandon would talk to me about it. You know, he would, Annie, what do you think? Do you think she's really pregnant? And I'd say, no, I don't really think she's pregnant.
So she waited a whole year and 3 months to confront Brandon.
Brandon's in the Army. He's in Iraq. He had just gotten back. He was gone for 18 months.
Okay.
He was in North Carolina getting ready for deployment to go back to Iraq or Afghanistan whenever
Was that the only time you know that she was pregnant since she had Caylee? That she told you?
Yeah, I don't believe she was pregnant. But yes, to my knowledge, that's the only time that
The only time she ever had a miscarriage.
ever said she was pregnant.
What do you know about chloroform?
Nothing.
Do you know what it is?
I Googled it after they said this on the news.
What is it?
Ammonia and bleach.
What is it used for? Do you know?
Again, I looked it up. I had no clue what it was. I Googled it.
Okay.
And then, people talk about this. And I asked, I don't even know clue what it is. And they said, oh, it's in the old movies. You'd see them put a white rag over the woman's mouth, and she'd pass out, and they'd go take advantage of the woman, and they'd wake up, and they were fine.
Casey ever have a conversation with you, or were you ever present with Casey when this was brought up? Maybe watching a movie with her, and she goes...
The one time I was at her house, I said, Casey, what's the chloroform about? What is that?
This is after she was arrested?
This is after she was arrested. I remember this. We had this conversation. I was like, what are you talking about? What is it? What is it about the chloroform in the trunk? And she said, I don't know. I don't know what it is. And I said, well, I didn't know what it was. I Googled it. It's bleach and ammonia. She said, no, I had cleaning solution back there. I had cleaning stuff back there.
Did she ever tell you that she looked at chloroform or she was doing research on it back in March?
When I said I didn't know what it was, I said I Googled it, and she laughed and said, yeah, I know.
So she said she had cleaning stuff back there. Did she ever make comments about anything else that was being discussed that may have been in the trunk, or just the cleaning stuff?
Just the cleaning stuff.
So though all this other stuff's all over the media about the trunk of the car, she only talked about having cleaning solution in the car.
Okay, now that you guys are talking about it, it's bringing back to me. When we talked about, because that was right after the hat got thrown away and that person went through their garbage and found the hat that I was wearing in a picture. That was my hat. No, it wasn't my hat. It was Casey's hat that her ex-boyfriend Jesse gave her. And that's why they threw it away, because they don't trust Jesse. So they were getting mad at Jesse. And so they threw the hat away. And Jesse was the first person she called when she abandoned the car at the Amscot. Again, that's all she said. And so she called Jesse. The car was up there. Jesse knew where the car was. Jesse had a key to the car.
Ah, she told you that.
Yes, Jesse had a key to the car. And she said, I don't know what could have happened to that car when it wasn't in my possession. There very well could have been something in the back of my trunk that I don't know about.
So she alluded to the fact that Jesse may have done something to her car while it was abandoned at Amscot?
In a roundabout way.
She never specifically said it, but she
No,
alluded
yes.
to the fact.
Was this conversation in front of Cindy and George?
No, this was in her bedroom.
Can you remember anything about that? Anything else about that conversation?
I remember that because I remember that. And that's because that's when she said to me, when this is over, I have so much to tell you. You wouldn't believe what I have to tell you. And I said, why not now?
So she talked openly about the trunk of her car, and that she had cleaning solution in her car, and that Jesse had a key to her car, so she would know.
And Jesse knew where the car was.
But she never mentioned the smell of decomp or any of those other things. She completely avoided those.
It didn't come up.
A hair, nothing.
My hair's probably in that car. I've been in the car.
But I'm talking about the high point stuff that's been on the news. That she's obviously, not only was she watching when she was home, but I'm sure she was watching while she's in her cell.
Not that I can remember.
So she didn't try to explain away anything to you.
No, sir.
I had a couple of names I just want to throw out at you to see if you tell me if you know them. Amy Lewis?
Amy Lewis?
Yeah, Amy Ann Lewis. Sound familiar to you at all?
No, I don't think so.
What about Tara Graff?
I know there's Tara we went to high school with, but I don't know her last name.
Adam Lynch?
Adam Lynch. These are common names. I don't personally know anybody named Adam Lynch.
Amanda Macklin?
I don't personally know an Amanda Macklin.
Dave Turner?
I don't think I know Dave Turner.
Harry Garcia? Yeah, these ring a bell as a group of
Harry
friends?
Garcia. A group of friends, absolutely not.
Linda, you have anything?
In and of itself, I just have a problem with this Trump thing and you being sitting there talking to her. You knew her for a great period of time, right? I mean, fairly long time, and you kind of got a good feeling for her person, right?
Who I thought she was.
Doesn't it strike you odd that with everything being said about her in the media, where she would freely talk about, almost like whimsically talk about the fact that she had chemicals and, maybe cleaning solutions in the trunk of the car, but never try to say anything to explain away any of the other things that's getting so much attention about that car, other than the fact that Jesse has keys to it?
I kind of shut her down in the fact that I don't want to know. I didn't want to know. I don't want to know anything because I don't want to be.
What was she saying that made you uncomfortable to where you shut her down then?
Just saying, I don't, Jesse had a key to my car, and I was just like, oh, I don't like you. I don't trust him.
Did the family or anyone give you any way to communicate with Casey when she went out of jail? Did they give you a phone? Or
When they went,
when Casey got out of jail the first time, did anyone give you a phone and say, hey, if you want to call Casey, call her from this phone?
I had a phone number. I think it was a prepaid cell phone of her. Like, I had a phone number that she had.
But did they give you a phone?
Did they give me a phone? No.
Say, hey, if you're going to call Casey, call her.
No, sir.
Do you remember the number of that prepaid phone?
I might have it. I was told it was prepaid.
Who did?
By Casey. I gotta turn my phone on.
That's okay. Did you tell her who gave her that phone? Or did anyone tell you who gave her that phone?
Maybe her attorney. I don't know. The family. I don't know.
Did you ever talk to Jose Baez?
I met him one time at the house, and it was, hi, I'm Jose. Hi, I'm Annie. That was it. I never spoke to him, no. I may have deleted it.
Did you ever call the number?
Did I ever call the number? No.